Laz Alonso, and you just finished your shoot. How did it go?
It was amazing. I mean, the crew, everybody from the editor-in-chief all the way down to, you know, everybody here was amazing. You know, X Magazine is sexy. You know, it has a really cool, you know, runway European look to it, but it still has, you know, that urban edge that, you know, we all want to see. So I'm really excited about this. I can't wait to see the end result.
Sexy, I guess that's why you're in this. You had some pretty...
See, she's been flirting with me already. She called it loosening me up, but all she's doing is making me sweat. It's like 9,000 degrees out here, and I'm sweating.
It really is.
And, he's still and she's not even breaking a sweat.
Never.
I think I might have to turn the tables a little.
Oh. So you had some interesting looks going on. Tell me about what the theme was about, and what you liked about it.
Yeah, the theme was kind of like a espionage look. You know, it was kind of like a James Bond-ish, you know, somewhere out in Vietnam or somewhere in the Far East. And I'm meeting a fellow spy for lunch. Right. And, you know, once we toss a few back, things start getting a little hot and steamy. You know,
really?
But we're still focused on the case. You know, whatever we're doing in that particular country, this is a nondescript country, you know, we're on a mission. Right. But there's also some chemistry there that hopefully you get to see in the pictures.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you're doing a lot. Congratulations, you're the new spokesperson for Black Atlas.
Yes.
You've been on One-on-One, you've been Jumping the Broom, you've been Southland. What's in the works for Laz Alonso?
Well, I'm really excited, you know, to be here in Brooklyn doing this photo shoot because I'm actually coming back. I left to go to LA. I left Brooklyn to go to LA, and I'm coming back this fall to do a television series opposite Megan Good called Infamous. It's on NBC, and it's going to start airing in January, right after the Super Bowl. So we're all really excited. We want everybody to tune in to NBC, watch Infamous, follow myself and Megan Good on Twitter. I'm Laz Official. My Instagram is Laz Official. And we're going to be letting you know when the show's about to come out, as you'll see commercials and everything for it. But we're really excited about this show. This show is going to be off the chain. You know, Megan really is that leading woman, and you see all different colors of her that you haven't seen yet. You know, a lot of people are, when they say, oh, Megan Good, they're used to seeing her play the pretty girl, but Megan is jumping in the cold lakes and pulling out dead bodies and chasing people and tackling them. So I was really impressed with the level of work that she brought to the table here.
Do you have any other side projects, not for profits, just anything we should know about?
Yeah, I mean, I've been working on a not-for-profit that now that I'm going to be here in New York, I'm really going to be pushing strong. With a couple of mentors of mine, and we're working to bring in some corporate sponsors as well, you know, but they work on helping single mothers raise their children. You know, there's between the ages of 0 and 5 years old, those are the years that are going to pretty much determine what a person does for the rest of their life. Exactly. You know, and it doesn't matter the influences that may be around you, it's what are you instilling in that child.
Exactly.
You know, so we're trying to come up with tools and develop a program that's going to help educate, you know, parents who sometimes they're children raising kids and they just don't know how to raise their child. So we're trying to come up with a curriculum and assistance that's going to help, you know, single parents, specifically single mothers, raise kids and help those developmental years, those crucial years, so that we can set up the next generation for success.
I know earlier you said you're from DC.
Yeah.
Are you basing it there? Are you doing New York? Are you doing
I want to
LA?
start. Yeah, I want to start my test pilot in DC. Nice. You know, I mean that's my way of giving back to the community that raised me. But eventually we want to move to New York as well.
Right.
And it's something that's, you know, the way that we're designing the curriculum. It's very new age and it's very easy to implement. You know, it'll just be about the parents following the curriculum at home. You know, a lot of times you hear about kids that are problems in school. Well, it doesn't matter how much you discipline a kid in school. If they go home and they don't have a disciplined environment at home, then it's useless. You know, so we're trying to help, you know, at least teach parents what to do that may not have had that teaching themselves.
Great that we talk about this because, you know, the hype right now, the Olympics, Miss Gabby.
Serena won a gold today. Very proud of Serena Williams.
Really? Go ahead, Serena. What is your take on that? Because everybody's just cloud9. Gabby is inspirational.
I'm proud of Gabby. You know, I'm proud. I mean, there's no other way besides it. You know, I mean.
What do you think that means for our community?
Well, I think that it's always good when our community comes together to cheer, you know, for one of our own, for somebody that looks like us. You know, a lot of times we just don't see enough of that. You know, in mainstream media, you know, you'll see, you know, people that have every right to be successful, and you cheer for them as well because we're all patriotic. But when it's somebody that looks like us, you know, I mean, it takes us back to the years of Jesse Owens and Muhammad Ali when, you know, they fought, you know, in the Olympics for this country, and it just kind of just makes us proud to be Americans. You know, Joe Louis, I mean. You know, it's good to see people that look like us represent us on a grand stage like the Olympics.
Right. I've seen you talk a lot about culture and representing yourself and your community. What are some words of encouragement to people who want to be like you? To young men who want to be like you? Or
well, you know, I would encourage them to be like them. You know, there's only one them, and that's good enough. They don't have to be like me. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying my best to be the best me I can be, and that's all I can do. You know, I don't necessarily ever like to try to aspire to be like someone else because I feel like you're never going to be able to fill someone else's shoes. You know, you're always going to fail at being somebody else, but I'm always going to succeed at being me.
Exactly.
You know, so I would encourage them to be authentic with who they are, really dig deep and find out what they love. You know, what they do very, very well, what they need to work on, what they need to fix and address, what they need to fix and address to become better, you know, at whatever it is that they want to aspire to be, and to be truthful. You know, we can lie to ourselves as much as we want, but the minute you start telling yourself the truth, now you can start making changes for the better and transforming your life. Not just fixing, transforming. You know, there's a difference between fixing and transforming. When you fix something, it can break again.
Right.
You know, but when you transform, it's never going to be what it was once before. You know, and that only happens when you are truly truthful and authentic with who you are. I can lie to the world, but I can't lie to myself. You know, so be authentic, be truthful. Look at yourself in the mirror and really analyze who you are. And that's where you really start coming up with solutions. Like, you know what? Now that I think about it, I don't need to do that anymore. I need to focus on this.
Right.
You know, and if you want to achieve something 5 years from now, start today, because it ain't gonna happen in year 4. You got to start today, and constantly, every single day, work at that goal, work at that goal, work at that goal. You never know; it might happen sooner. But if it does take 5 years, then you at least started working on it immediately. People wait too long. They always say, "Oh, I'll wait till tomorrow. I'll wait till the next day."
Right.
You'll never achieve your goals until you start working on it right now.
Right. Are you authentically single?
Wow, what does that have to?
I mean,
we're talking. This magazine is called
Sharp Segue.
This magazine is called X, not Sex. You know.
Look, I can add whatever letters I want.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm single.
Okay.
I'm single until I'm not.
I had to ask for the ladies.
It's all good.
I did.
I'm single until I'm not.
Okay.
No, I'm messing with you.
Well, thank you. I just not taking up a lot of your time, Laz Alonso. I wish you all the best.
Now, you said we were going to make out after we were done with this interview.
Oh, yeah. We got to turn the cameras off, though.
Oh,
and then turn them back on.
We got
in another
little curtains here. All right. No, thank you for the interview. It was good.
Thank you so much.
Nice meeting you.